And this time we are using Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker was fun. It's probably one of the first gear sets aside from Hunter's Fury. It actually took me a while to get to Striker, but Hunter's Fury and then Heartbreaker was my second. This is probably one of the most fun builds. Good combination of survivability and damage. And well, you can't go wrong with that. So, of course, let's get straight into this build with the Tinkerer Mask, as we all know, if our primary and secondary are the same, not exotic, not named, they can pretty much, our primary will share the talent the secondary has. So 2 talents, 1 weapon, pretty damn awesome. But now we get into Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker, as you can see on the 2-piece, we get some LMG damage, which is what we're using in this set. We're not using an AR. I did try out ARs. I noticed LMGs, just with that high mag, being able to build your stacks on enemies, was just overall a lot better. And then plus with the 3-piece, we get 15% weapon handling, which helps tremendously. How weapon handling pretty much makes LMGs straight beaming weapons, extremely powerful. But now we get into our 4-piece. This part here, headshots apply pulse for 5 seconds, doesn't really matter. You'll see why in a bit, most of you probably know why. But weapon hits on pulsed enemies add a stack of 1% bonus armor and 1.1% weapon damage to the pulsed enemies. This is a max stack of 50. So obviously we can get 50% bonus armor and a little over 50% increased weapon damage, and we lose 2 stacks each second. Of course, as long as we're hitting enemies that are pulsed, we're going to keep building those stacks and maintaining them, so we don't have to worry too much about that. It's just pretty much once your fight ends or once you stop shooting at someone, you're losing your stacks pretty fast. But now, because we had the mask locked in, guaranteed slot, we of course had to choose between the chest piece and the backpack. I decided to go with the backpack. The backpack kind of helped out a bit. This increases our bonus armor gain per stack from 1% to 2%. So now we can pretty much get 100% increased bonus armor, which is pretty awesome. The bonus armor can stack pretty high up there. So this helps out. We get some weapon damage and bonus armor all in one. So now we'll quickly go through each piece. I have on the gloves here. This is rolled to critical hit chance with the weapon damage core. The knee pads, critical hit damage with the weapon damage core. The holster, critical hit chance with an armor core. And then we move on to our chest piece. For our chest piece, we're actually using the named chest piece, the closer. The reason why is because this comes with the talent Perfect Spotter. Spotter amplifies our weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. It also increases skill damage, but we're not using any damage skills here. So all that matters is that amplified weapon damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. Now, as you can see here, I have this set to double crits with a critical hit damage mod, and the core is armor. Ideally, if you do unlock this, getting this unlocked with double crit so you can switch the core to red or blue is pretty awesome. I have yet to get one, so unfortunately, this is what I'm dealing with. But now we get to the main event. I am actually using the Black Market M60. I tested this build with a bunch of different LMGs. A lot of them end up molding together and kind of feeling the same. I ended up just going with this one. The Black Market M60 has a 129k damage on there, 600 RPM, and 135 on the mag after our mods. And now we'll move on to the attributes here. So the cores that we get on the LMGs is usually already LMG damage and damage to targets out of cover. And then of course I have this rolled damage to armor. Having damage to armor with damage to targets out of cover is an insane combination. And the ideal combination you want to have for LMGs. But of course, for this talent, we have Flatline. Amplifies weapon damage to pulsed enemies by 15%. Now, the way all this pretty much flows together with applying damage to pulsed enemies is we are using the Technician specialization. This specialization helps us get our trusty little mod right here, the linked laser pointer. Whenever we are aiming down our sights at our enemy, they are automatically pulsed. You'll see a little highlight around them. So we don't even need to run the pulse skill. We don't need to apply a headshot to pulse them like Heartbreaker requires. Everyone's pulsed at all times, whoever we're shooting at. So it's pretty awesome. But now the secondary talent I decided to go with was Optimist. Weapon damage is increased by 3.5% for every 10% missing from the magazine. High magazine on here, so it's about 13, 14 bullets. By the time we get an extra 3.5% increase weapon damage, but it still works. As we're getting to the lower part of the mag, our weapon damage is increasing. Unfortunately, you'll see in gameplay, I have a habit of just constantly reloading. It's just a habit I have from other games. I play Apex a lot. Bad habit of just reloading because I know I might need a full mag in that game. That habit, unfortunately, transfers over to this. But don't be like me. Don't constantly reload with a build like this. Let it go to the end of the mag. You'll get the maximum weapon damage that you can get if you do that. I do have to say, this was a tough one to do. I did argue with myself between many, many different talents. Strained was another good one that I would use. I don't know. It's pretty rough. It's pretty difficult to really decide. I was stuck on so many different things, but I ended up just going with Optimus. Optimus worked pretty well. It was pretty fun. I cannot complain about it. Now, to top all this off, I of course am using the Smart Cover. Smart Cover gives us more weapon handling, which makes LMG's beam. I don't even think there's any spread or anything like that with the weapon handling that I have. This thing just absolutely destroys enemies once you have them locked in. And then, of course, we even get some more damage to targets out of cover. Now, to round this out, I do have the Defender drone. This helps us with some damage reduction. I have it at Expertise 20, so I get an extra 20% damage reduction on there. Comes in clutch for when you have every single enemy in the area staring at you. You kind of need a moment to where you're not getting absolutely obliterated. So this comes in pretty clutch on rotations and just needing that quick moment of not receiving as much damage. But there you have it. This is my Tinkerer Heartbreaker build. This was pretty fun to use, and it was something I kind of had to put together pretty quick because this extended season, man, it's rough. I know we're all struggling out here just to get a Lexington. It's like super rough. But let me know what you guys think. What are you guys running when you combine the Tinkerer with Heartbreaker? I really need to know. Because this was fun. This was cool. I just can't put my finger on how to make this a little better. And I trust that you guys will help me do that. So please comment down below what's your combination, Tinkerer and Heartbreaker. And yeah, hope to leave you all with some gameplay. I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you all on the next one.
Reinforcements en route. Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contact.
Listen, there will be